Hi, I'm Stacy,
Hi, I'm Chris. How you doing?
and this is our first video review vlog thing for our horror movie blog, to avoid feigning.blogspot.com. And today we're doing our review on
100
100
Tears.
Tears. I don't even know who directed it. Do you?
Fortunately, we have the internet up right here
I have no idea who directed it.
by a young man named
Marcus Cock? One of
Cock.
those.
Better if it was Cock. Marcus Cock! I
Yeah,
know some porn on the
and
side.
it was made in 2007. It's an American black comedy slasher film. I think it's more,
It definitely has comedy in it. It's
yeah. And not for like its intended purposes. I think it's
no,
supposed to be comedy because
I
it's
felt
just
that it was
really
really intentional.
bad.
I think it was intentional.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
granted, their budget was not huge.
No,
It
what was
was
their budget? Was it? No,
$75,000.
that was that their budget?
That
That's what
was
they
the budget.
made.
That's what
God, I
the
didn't
actual
look into
budget.
this at all. I'm terrible at this.
Review. It's the
Terrible.
internet. No one cares.
Go to Wikipedia and you're
You'll
okay.
figure it out. Wikipedia, side article.
Okay.
So we just saw the film. It's been what, about an hour or so
Yes.
since we've seen it. You said you had seen it before,
I'd
or
seen
Adam had seen it
I
before.
saw it. No, I saw it probably I want to say like maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I
And what was your
completely
statement that?
forgot. I don't remember. Like I thought it was awesome. I remember like tonight before Chris watched it, I just hyped it up. I thought it was the coolest fucking movie in the world. And when we watched it in the first 5 minutes, I was like, I'm so sorry. I take back everything I said.
I was actually entertained. You're the big horror fan,
Yes.
and that's established that we're very different tastes as far as what kind of movies we like. I like horror, but as a part of all the films I like, and you generally focus on horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought it was interesting. First off, first couple of minutes, we laughed. I laughed a lot. Adam laughed a lot, and I think you're embarrassed.
By the way, that's Adam.
You're not supposed to acknowledge the creep in the background.
But you acknowledged him. We have to acknowledge
I
him
talked about him in
now.
the
Now we
third
have to
person.
acknowledge him.
Hey, that's Adam in the background, next to the moon.
It's just a lamp post, light post, whatever.
So it opened up. I thought really fun. It jumped right
Yes,
into the action.
it did. It was straight up just kills one after the other, and it was amazing.
Not a lot of explanation of where you're at, but you kind of filled in. Oh, we're in some place where there's people who are degenerates.
Halfway house.
A halfway house. Eventually, you figure out, why is there a cook in this apartment complex? Oh, it's a halfway house. I thought it was great the black guy died first because obviously it's. I don't know if that's always intentional.
It's the usual horror movie tropes.
Is that an inside joke or just a trope?
It's just a trope. I mean,
Okay.
they have to do that apparently.
The guy dies first. Excuse while we smoke and drink a lot. It's kind of what we do.
Yeah, sorry.
Kids don't do this at home. The intro to the action was cool at first. The intro to our main characters, our protagonists, even if the main character's not, that was a little odd for me.
It was almost uncomfortable.
Yeah, their relationship was weird. It felt very forced, which
Yes.
I mean could be one thing of just their acting lack of.
Well, the main male protagonist was the
Was he the
creep in
writer?
the back, writer or director? Writer.
He was the writer of the film.
He was the writer of the film.
Joe Davidson.
Yeah, so the main male protagonist was the writer of the film. Of course, he had to put himself in his own movie. So
Well, when your budget's only $75,000, you can't really get a lot of SAG actors
that's true.
In there with you. It's kind of hard even to pay scale on
I feel
that.
like Busey would have done it.
Busey would have done it. I think it would have been an amazing movie with that.
But he was doing Ginger Dead Man 5.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know there was part 5. Yeah, when your main character's relationship was really odd in the first place, it's kind of hard to feel anything for them. They're reporters.
Yeah, like that's perfect. Like you literally, I mean, even throughout the movie, you don't feel anything towards them.
Yeah.
You don't really give a shit if they die or not.
Which is
Like
probably
they give
bad.
you nothing. Like you don't like them, but you don't hate them.
Yeah, it's just very, very neutral relationship with them.
And then it was like an odd kind of like you didn't know if they were in a relationship because you see them in that scene when they wake up together on like some tiny futon. They're making sexual innuendos to each other and stuff. But then they're talking about how he never finds a girlfriend. So you just don't know. I'm like, I don't know. This is my best friend, and we don't sleep on futons together and do that. I mean,
Anymore.
well, yeah, but
No.
Sorry, babe.
But do you think that was intentional? Because he wrote the film, so he has a lot of input.
Oh God, I don't know what that guy was thinking. Like,
I mean, he has a basic plot. They're trying to find out a mystery of why he's of these murders are related to the ones that have been happening for, they said 20 years.
Yeah.
160 some odd murders people had killed.
Very prolific.
Prolific
Serial
murder no one's
killer.
ever heard of in a clown suit. That's not memorable at all.
They were trying to establish sexual tension.
What sexual? There was none.
There was no sexual
It
tension.
fell flat on its face completely. Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I wrote that down. Tension? None. Whatsoever.
What is that?
So I think maybe they were trying to put some more depth into the plot, make the characters more complex.
Yeah, but they failed.
It did
failed
not work
horribly.
at all. This type of movie, I think it's a minor point because
no, it absolutely is.
It's all about gore.
It doesn't really play into it.
Not really.
Much.
No. Another thing I thought was funny was the camera work. Actually, Adam brought that up earlier. How the camera work was really, really different. At first, I didn't notice it that much, but after you said it, it's how you can't not pay attention anymore. Because it was actually, he mentioned, really well done when the guy's killing people. What was the clown's name again?
Teardrop
Killer, right? Really, really
very original.
Very, very well done. The spacing was really good on it. Good lighting. I think actually a different camera altogether that they used for the murder parts.
Yeah.
And I'm
not. There's all different like color tones.
Tones I can understand. A lot of films do that. You'll get a tone for protagonist and a tone for your. But
I feel like this was just done all willy nilly. Like they just did colors for anybody. Like,
well, we talked about it earlier that maybe it was done 2 separate films or 2 different directions, but we looked at that up and I didn't see anything on that about it was done separatly or not.
Yeah.
Just not a lot of information. It's a small movie, so not a whole lot of background. Even trying to find reviews for it
was very hard.
The longest one I found was a sentence.
Yeah. Synopsis was 1 sentence. They made it sound a lot better in that 1 sentence than the movie really was.
What do you think about the actual clown himself, the murderer, Teardrop?
He was creepy. He was creepy. I thought it was really good. I mean, okay, the weapon itself, the oversized
giant
meat cleaver, I mean, it was like huge. It was ridiculous. But I mean, when you're going into a black comedy, I guess that works. But if you don't read anything about it, you don't really get that it's a black comedy. You know, I mean, I didn't. I was thinking, okay, it was just a really cheesy horror movie. I didn't get any black comedy out of it until, the midget scene and all that. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I liked him. I thought he was creepy. The kills were really cool that he did. Like, they weren't original kills. It's just the way that they did them really over the top.
So many ways to kill people. Yeah, exactly. Over the top.
Oh, split through the head, like.
Or the first guy he killed, he cut his head like 4 times.
Yeah, that was really neat. It was like just sausage. Like, it was amazing. And then the kind of a little bit unnecessarily long fight scene with the guy in the kitchen / washing machine area.
It's the utility room where everything.
Basically,
it's a halfway house. The stuff only goes halfway to the building.
Yeah.
1 room.
That was neat. I don't even remember what he did to him because I don't care. But
they fought. It was the longest fight sequence.
I already forget. That's how much I don't care about this movie. It's like.
How did he kill that guy?
He killed him. Head chopped off, probably.
Well, there was the thing right there. The first time you saw a head get chopped off, awesome. Then they did it again. And again. And it was like, okay, there's nothing new.
Yes.
Oh, and here's intestines.
Well, yes, the intestines were great.
Actually, I think they were probably cattle intestines. Because they're fairly cheap.
They were very large intestines for normal humans.
Guts are actually pretty big.
Well, now they probably are, but like...
Pizza. But yeah, the originality kind of goes out quickly. They do try to pick it up a little bit when he starts cutting people's torsos and legs off. I think the guy had a leg thing. Because he would tie people down, and whenever he tied someone down, he literally going for the legs first.
Yeah, ankles and legs.
Ankles and legs, and then he goes for the gut and kill section. I thought that was a little odd about the killing part. The guy would spend a lot of time tying someone up to kill them literally 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could have been more to the plot there to develop maybe a backstory of why he did that or something. It's a little weak there.
Well, maybe they were going for 101 tears. They were expecting to get more done from this. So, yeah.
Comes the sequel, the backstory, the prequel comes out for that. The gore, like you mentioned earlier, I liked it.
I liked the gore. It threw me back, and not to even compare this to the classic cult 70s movies, of course, which are great in gore, but the whole, just straight red blood, just obviously fake. I mean, splatter everywhere. The guy stomping on the chick's head. It freaking, squishes like a grape.
You mentioned the 70s
gore
and
was
60s
great, though.
gore. People always grabbing their intestines. Oh, they fell out. trying to put them
I'm
back in.
still very much alive.
I thought
This
that was
isn't
great.
weird at all.
Even at the first cop got killed. The funny cop, the one that I forget his name. He cut him in half.
Is that the Eli Roth lookalike?
Yeah,
With the big pants?
the not Eli Roth.
Yes, the not Eli Roth with very large pants.
And trench coat.
Yes.
So he knew he was a cop. Yeah, he cuts him in half, and he's just still trying to put his intestines back in. I always thought
That'll help. I mean,
I thought that was funny for the gore part. Acting, how'd you think about it?
it was awful. It was awful. Honestly, the only good actor in it was the clown and the little dwarf.
Little person.
He called himself a dwarf.
He actually did a fairly good job.
I thought he was very good at it.
He delivered his lines well. They were believable.
It was not
It was
faked.
it was not. Reaction time was there.
Hi, yeah. I think he did. The clown did good because he obviously had no lines whatsoever.
I really like that about the killer. He had no lines the entire film.
So it makes it creepy.
Exactly.
You know?
Very unhuman.
It's like if he had done like a one-liner at the end, that would have been awful. You know? Like it would have just killed everything. Yeah, no, I think. What did you think of the acting?
Like I said, most of it was flat. The midget was actually really well. He did a good job for the part he had. Like the killer, Teardrop. I saw him start clicking on Teardrop. I'd like that he didn't have a single line in the film, and definitely had the creep factor.
Mm-hmm.
In a higher production film, I think he could have put that character in and still worked with what the way the guy did it.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.
Very, very
100%.
How'd you think about the daughter? The part of the storyline is to tell the audience he's killing people as revenge.
Apparently, the kind of story we got, and I believe you said the third scene of the movie or something like that, was that he was going on a revenge killing spree he was accused of rape, which wasn't true, I guess. You never get you don't get any explanation.
They give you a flashback about 3/4 of the way through when they're talking to the lady, and she says that, tells us backstory. No, sorry, the midget, when they come back in the last time.
Dwarf.
Little person.
Sorry, any dwarfs watching this right now.
He tells them the story of how the strong guy and him, they had a triangle going on because the girl that he liked started liking the big clown guy, and the other girl in the more of a triangle or square triangle geometry, even the wrong subject. She hated that girl, and so she tells strong guy that the clown was raping the girl, so he attacks the clown. Then he goes off and kills that guy and kills that girl, and just starts killing people for the next 20 years. So
I mean, I think it's a little bit of a
very deep revenge,
over dramatic. I mean, calm down.
Eventually, you find out that the girl in the film, not the protagonist, but the other young woman that we have random scenes of for being loose, it's his daughter.
Yes.
And then they start killing people together.
Yes.
Bonding.
And you thought that would be something cool, maybe, but she wasn't very good at her acting. It was just that creepy, yeah, daddy, let's kill. Like, it was very cheesy.
What about her previous scene? She had 2 previous scenes before that.
Oh, God, I don't remember.
She was the one in the bar.
Okay.
And banged that dude.
I'm so terrible at this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
You didn't like her at all?
I don't care. I didn't care for her. I think it just kind of killed everything.
Her acting was not great. Off the top, of course not. But I think she was cast well. I think she put across a person who was not well.
Yes.
And they did the trope of being loose as equaling someone who's not balanced.
Yes.
Okay. Her mother was obviously not a good person either, a drug addict of some kind, or I'm guessing.
You can only assume.
But she really put that part of part. I think she was cast really well to bring that to the front, that she's the not well person, and I think it gives her a little bit of credit to her because she wasn't an ugly girl, but she kind of dressed it up well. She gave that very, very disturbed, dark look about her.
Yeah.
And when you find out it's the daughter of him and they get along, it fits together in a weird way, I think. The detectives. Salt and pepper over here.
Oh my goodness, those detectives were awful.
I think some of the worst acting in the film,
personally. It was definitely the detectives. I mean, the one that was always, like, any drop of blood he saw, he had to touch. smell? Ooh,
More blood.
walk a couple feet away. What is this red stuff? Oh, blood. What's this? Might not be blood. Yeah, it's blood. It's definitely blood still. I feel like I'm onto something now. Like, it was not good acting. It was pretty terrible. And so you're like, oh, good. I'm glad you died. I don't care.
I hate you so much. I'm glad
I really
you died.
don't care about you. Like, I don't even want you to catch the bad guys. Like, that's how much I
It did follow the
care.
classic trope, though, of not using their guns.
Yeah, never.
Everyone had a gun.
Everybody in there.
The killer.
Like, the guy could have went in with a fucking automatic weapon and would not have used it. A fucking AK would not have used it. Like, would still have gotten killed by a giant clown-like meat cleaver. Like, it was okay. Then I guess there's your comedic aspect of it.
At something.
Which I think that was not intentional.
The ending scene.
The ending scene. Are we talking about the final ending
The final
scene?
ending
The final
scene.
ending scene. So the final ending scene, we see.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler
Did you sit
alert.
here?
If we were really good at video editing, we'd have something flash on you, but we don't. So, anyways, before they get out of wherever everybody's getting murdered,
random warehouse
something like
number
that.
64.
The daughter, helps her dad, acts like she's tied up, gets the protagonist chick comes in, oh my gosh, I'm gonna help you, and then she freaks out. Dad comes in, tries to get her, slashing her up. This is what gets me. So this girl is literally getting a sledgehammer to the back numerous times. Yes, numerous times by the crazy daughter. Not not paralyzed, like she's totally okay, gets her face smashed in a bunch, no teeth missing, no nose broken. She's great. She can walk out. She can obviously drive a car at the end. So she leaves, or you don't know what happens to her. Crazy daughter leaves, and she shoots her dad dead. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I get it. She's crazy. She kills her dad. She's going to be the one to get out, be the hero, tell the tale, Walking down the middle of the street, boom, fucking run over by a car. Who's driving the car? Fucking sledgehammer back. Like, she's totally fine. She can drive a car. She's A-okay. End of the movie.
I thought it was an homage to Texas Chainsaw.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yes. Yeah.
Except,
instead
of getting away, the walk-away part.
Yes.
And the scene, Leatherface spinning his little chainsaw as the protagonist gets away in the truck. Just a little bit. I felt that in the lighting a lot. Very, very muted natural color.
Yes.
On it, real highlight on it. I got that hit off it.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie the second time around? You seen it?
Yes.
What did you like? I did
like it. I liked the gore. I liked the good acting where it was. It was a decent story. It was neat. It was a fun movie. It's a fun movie to sit around with your friends and just say, check this out. It's kind of bad, but it's kind of good.
So bad it's good?
Yes, so bad it's good. I would give it a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
Okay.
I'd give it a 4 out of a 10. What would you give it?
It was entertaining. I was entertained by the movie. I absolutely was. More for the dark comedy aspect of it. As far as production, I mean, it's a $75,000 movie made recently. It's not like Clerks, 25 years ago, which was $27,000. One location.
Yeah.
Money can go a lot farther there. Here, this is what, 7 years ago, I think I said?
Mm-hmm.
2007?
About 7-8 years ago.
$75,000 doesn't go very far when you have 20 locations to go with.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling that a lot of it was guerrilla filming. No permits or anything, just kind of going somewhere.
Yeah.
Just from the scene and get here before anybody shows up. So quality-wise, it's expected. As for, with taking the money into account, I no problems with the quality of the film.
What would your rating be?
Gore was good. I laughed a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did.
I did laugh a lot.
You did laugh a lot.
There were some genuinely funny scenes, I think.
Yeah.
I would probably give it 5, maybe a 6 out of 10.
You are very generous.
For one viewing. It has absolutely no repeatable viewing for me.
Yes. It is definitely not one to watch a second time, and that's where I fucked up. Yeah. Is I thought
it's for just fun.
It was gonna be something fucking brutal, like Clown House, like some kind of crazy ass clown movie, and it was definitely not. It's not something. It's something that I would say, okay, if you find it at the bargain bin or you find it at a pawn shop for like $2, buy it. Anything more than $8, don't. Like, just find it on YouTube and you'll be okay, because you totally can.
I think it is on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Free.
Like, just do that. So I mean, I guess that's it.
Okay. I think that was a
I
great
think we're
first
good.
intro.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do this semi-regularly.
Maybe, hopefully once a month.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. And if you all hate us, then that's cool and we get it. But
And we'll do it anyways.
everything you like sucks. So, whatever.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And go check out the blog because you'll be there anyways. But if you find it on like YouTube or something, then you wouldn't know where the blog's
What's the
at.
website
So
called again?
toavoidfainting.blogspot.com. I am Stacy.
Your Twitter name is?
This is Chris. My Twitter name is Pope Bonerface.
Just like
so if you ever want to like go and recommend movies you want us to see, review, or anything, because we also do different written reviews. So I mean, this one gets smart in here. You know, mine are pretty lame. So, but it's cool, yeah. And
Chris, Wicked Chris with no E
so
between the K and the D.
D.
Chris, CHRIS.
Yeah, I mean,
at twitter.com.
So go check us out and whatever. Cool.
Whatever.
Party.
Have a good time, guys.